Happy 2021. I have had a few messages that have said, how come you haven't been online, Sandy? And what's going on? How are you doing? Because Christmas Eve is the last time that I posted anything on Facebook. And it's been a very emotional time. It's 2020 was, as I have described to many who know me well, is that bankruptcy has nothing on 2020. It has been a year to reckon with. And I am no victim. I truly am not a victim. But it's been a wow year and a very, very train wreck emotional year for this girl. So, two pretty major losses. And this is fun, just fun fact for you all. I am Nana on location. I have a baby monitor. So, in the event that baby girl wakes up, I am going to cut this very short, but she is out like crazy. And if my son is watching, that would be quite funny. I'm sure he's not on Facebook, but he'd be like, "Mom, are you kidding me? You're," but go big or go home. But in 2020, in the beginning of COVID, I started a Facebook group called Bankrupt to Billionaire. And it was never about money. It was entirely about mindset, because having been a poor child growing up and then having been very blessed in real estate and becoming a multimillionaire, some of my priorities got a little off as I wasn't the mom or maybe the wife that I wanted to be. Happy New Year, you guys. Hi. My inspirations to pop on and say hi. I am in Calgary at my son and beautiful daughter-in-law's house, and I am babysitting my gorgeous granddaughter and grand dog. So each day here, I have dedicated entirely to this little family, and I'm so grateful. It has been magical. I did have a couple of kind of crash and burn days though, emotionally. Kind of, I've napped, I have not gotten dressed. I have had a couple of those days. So a little over half an hour ago, one of you in Bangladesh sent me a message and said, "Are you okay? Why haven't you been online?" Because most days, 6 days a week, I'm online live inside of Bankrupt to Billionaire. And we together are writing a book. We are in chapter 10 in that book. And chapter 10 is called When It's Okay Not to Adult. And that is the process through putting my mom into permanent care in her advanced dementia. And it's been a lot more emotional, and it's really difficult to describe mourning losing somebody who's still alive. So it's been quite so I cry a lot in my group, and the support, the people, the incredible humans that have graced me. So that group came out of COVID and started with 100 ways in 100 days to a billionaire mindset. And that was just an inspiration that I had to stay connected to friends and family. And I'm very blessed to have a lot of really great friends. So it just started out as, I don't even know how many people it started as, but it's grown to be hundreds and hundreds of people, and people around the world who absolutely blow my mind every single day. And so I'm very inspired and love that I am accountable to show up every day. And we generally read a page out of this book that I am writing. And it changes. Like, I have no idea where what's going into those pages come from, but it comes from that love and that inspiration. So going into 2021, so 2020 has definitely been the most difficult year of my life. I lost an 11-year relationship that was very near and dear to me. And of course, my little Cinderella crashed and burned hard because it should have worked and it didn't. And that's just the way it is. But there's a lot of amazing stuff that I get to take with me. And Yeah, I'm a better person for it. But if you were in Bankrupt to Billionaire, you know that it didn't start out like that. It started out as a lot of tears and a lot of absolute heart crushed. Yeah, it was interesting. And part of the reason for that loss is because of my need to be a mom and to be a daughter right now at this point in my life. And so supporting my dad, and if you know my dad, Jim Hart, he is definitely one of my heroes in my life. And he says repeatedly, Sandy, I like you so much more since you went bankrupt. Not that you were ever rude or a bad person, but you were so busy and you always had, your phone in your hand or one foot out the door, and you never had time to just sit and be present. And and that's the truth. It is the absolute truth. In my multi-millions and earning, I earned in excess of $3 million in 8 years, in my first 8 years in Remax. And I'll tell you what, we've never had $1 million sale. I think my top sale was $600,000. And it was hundreds of sales a year, and that is a very busy life. So I was 6 a.m. to midnight every single day, 7 days a week. And I did my best. I really did do my best. But I lost my health. And then I lost, it's just been a series of lessons for me. So I have learned, and that is why I have a Facebook group that inspires me every day to share something in balancing life out and to be the most that we can be. Hi. Oh my God, my friends. Hi. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy New Year. Happy, happy, happy freaking New Year. So, quickly, 5 things, keeping the monitor close. 5 things that I am bringing to 2021. And if you know me, I have 3 energy coaches. So now, very different. All 3 of them are very different in where they coach me in my life. But I refuse to settle for okay. My whole billionaire idea is extraordinary life, not $1 billion in the bank. Bankrupt is that egocentric thinking that we are specifically individual versus part of the greater world and whatnot. So bankrupt being ego, being worry, living in the past, worrying about the future. Bankrupt being so many things that I was. And billionaire being living in the moment, being present every moment of our lives and refusing to settle for okay. So it's extraordinary, mind blowing, or bust, man. Top of the mountain. That is it. So, so if that makes sense to you and you're kind of hopping along, and so please, please, please say hi. Tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me, please, what is your personal number one goal? Not resolution, but your personal number one goal for 2021 in the comments. And anybody who wishes and sees something valuable and is good to share this, please do, because I would love to lift one life today. So here are the 5. If I could inspire you to do these 5 things, if you have a pen, grab a pen. If you don't and you want to listen to the replay, number 1 is choose one word that is going to describe your year. So this one thing, well, a couple of these come from my billionaire coach, Jesse Itzler. So if you don't know Living with a Seal, Jesse Itzler, married to Sarah Blakely of Spanx. Incredible. So he does a couple of different courses, one called Build Your Life Resume. Jesse Itzler is phenomenal. And then he does the Big Ass Calendar Club, and I'm blessed to be part of both of those. So one word to describe your year. And for me, my year for 2021, my word is clarity. I will have clarity of exactly what I want in my life and what I will not settle for in my life. Clarity, Sandy's word. Number 2, the one big thing that I know, and we all have that one thing that we know makes us stumble or creates a life that is not as extraordinary as what it could be. And for me, because of clarity and because of the way that I grew up and some of the issues that I've had in my life, the one big thing that I am choosing to leave behind for 2021 is alcohol. So I am not a drunk. I am not any, they say that you have a drinking problem if alcohol causes you problems. And for me, it's a crutch. It is my end of the day friend, glass of wine. It is I stay up too late because it's my relaxation. It is things that it should not be. What alcohol should be celebration, potentially, or socialization. And it has just become something a little too easy, I guess, would be the thing for me. So I have chosen, and this is my complete excited choice, is to not drink a drop of alcohol in 2021. So I'm sure you have something, right? If it's smoking or if it's, it's got to be personal and it's got to have affected you enough that you know what it is. So that's number 2, is the one big thing. So number 3 is the one thing that I am leaving behind in 2020 is ego. Eckhart Tolle says that the ego is us believing that we are individual and not part of the bigger picture of the universe, and that we get off on that's where the past and the future are in ego, and they allow us to believe that we're more important, or that it's a big story, but ego is the thing that I'm leaving behind. So yeah, ego is my bankrupt. That is what I believe to be bankrupt, is the ego. The one thing that I am taking with me from 2020 into 2021 is presence. I have really learned to become present in my moment, where I am, with who I'm with. I no longer have any desire to be checking my phone or to be texting somebody while I'm having a conversation with somebody else, or working while you are supposed to be. For example, I'm here in Calgary and I have devoted this time to my family, and right now I just happen to have a few minutes where baby girl is sound asleep and Corey and Marley are off having some well-earned fun for themselves. So exciting. So presence is the thing that I am bringing with me. And the one thing, so number 5 out of 5 to rock 2021, the one thing that I am bringing with me, that I wish to become in 2020, is the very best version of me possible. So those are the things leaving behind, are the fact that, I know that I wake up a little less clear, a little less motivated. I stay up too late, so I've had less sleep. So those are the things, to be the very best version of me, I need to leave alcohol and ego in the past. I need to lock the door on those 2 things for right now. Going into 2022, maybe, I don't know, it doesn't matter what I do then, but I commit. And if you hang out with me, there's commitment, and then there's everything else. So when we make a commitment to ourselves to become the best version, there's a little bit of a laundry list that we know individually of what we must let go of. Toxic people is another thing that I am weeding out of my life, is toxicity. I don't benefit, from toxic people. I've let go of a few in 2020, and I will continue to make sure that I do not surround myself by toxic people. So that's all that I have for you today. I absolutely adore my Facebook community. Thank you for being in my life. It has changed my life. I'm a better person. Social media should not be so important maybe, but in my world, because that private Facebook group. It's called Bankrupt to Billionaire, and it's the number 2. If you are curious or you want to come and hang out with us, we are, like I said, right now we're writing a book, because at the end of 100 Ways to 100 Days to a Billionaire Mindset, I got so many messages saying, please do not stop showing up every day live. So I showed up for 100 days in a row. And then I switched a little bit up to 6 days a week as far as writing our book. And it has been the most connected, beautiful, supportive group I could ever even fathom. I get messages from Facebook saying the interaction inside of that group is astronomical in the Facebook world. So that's exciting for me. So if you want to hang out with us, it's absolutely free. Just check us out and ask to join. And if not, no big deal. Like that's cool. But it's definitely not about money. It's just about mindset. It's about being the best you that you can be, and really healing some of that, past stuff, because we've certainly done a lot of that this year, at least for Sandy. So for all of you who have loved all over me in 2020, the support and the love doesn't go unnoticed, I promise you that. And whoever's coming with me into 2021, thank you. I can't wait to rock it and share every step of the way. And yeah, blessings. Mwah! Have a magnificent day. Go kick some butt, being your most unapologetic, authentic you that you can be. I love, love, love you.